The best summer ever, kite flying. The morning sun peeked through the curtains as Roxy and Kylo stood before their summer adventure box. This was no ordinary box. It was a small yellow wooden chest with a smiling sun carved on the front. Roxy reached inside and pulled out a magical glowing slip of paper. Kite flying, she cheered. It was time for a brand new adventure.
Kite flying, kite flying. It was time for a brand new adventure. Let's go!
Kylo's eyes went wide with wonder. A kite? We need a kite as big as a cloud, he shouted, stretching his paws as far as they could go. Roxy giggled, her pink flower bobbing on her ear. Maybe not that big, Kylo, but definitely one that can reach the highest part of the sky. They dashed around the house to get ready. Roxy packed 2 cold water bottles into her little backpack, making sure they were prepared for the heat. Kylo found their kites, one bright red and one brilliant blue. Strings are tight, tails are long, and we are ready to go. Kylo barked happily. When they arrived at the park, the grass felt like a soft green carpet under their paws. The wind was whispering through the trees, making the long grass dance back and forth. Roxy and Kylo stood at the edge of the big, open field, looking for the perfect spot to start their flight. Ready, set, run, Roxy called out. She took off across the field, her feet barely touching the ground. Kylo raced right beside her, holding his kite high. The wind began to catch the colorful kite tails, and they could feel the strings start to hum with excitement.
Ready, set, run! The wind is catching the kites. They're humming with excitement.
Suddenly, the wind gave a big puff, and the kites rose higher and higher. They danced among the fluffy white clouds, swirling and diving in the breeze. Roxy and Kylo stopped running and looked up in amazement. The kites looked like tiny birds exploring the vast, blue summer sky. A stronger breeze arrived, and Kylo's blue kite gave a mighty tug. "Whoa!" he yelped, laughing as the wind playfully pulled him a few steps across the grass. Roxy held onto her string tightly, watching her friend. The wind felt like a giant, invisible hand playing a game with them.
Whoa! The wind feels like a giant, invisible hand playing a game with us.
As they watched the sky, they noticed something beautiful. Other kites were joining theirs, forming a colorful formation of diamonds and dragons overhead. "Look, Roxy," Kylo pointed. "It's like the sky is having a parade." The air was filled with a rainbow of colors dancing together.
Look, Roxy! It's like the sky is having a parade!
Wow, so many kites!
The air is filled with a rainbow of colors dancing together.
Began to dip low, turning the entire sky into a sea of gold and orange. Roxy and Kylo stood quietly, watching their kites drift against the glowing horizon. The world felt peaceful and magical. "The sky looks like it's on fire, but in a pretty way," Roxy whispered. After reeling in their kites, they spread out a soft picnic blanket. Roxy and Kylo sat together, watching the very last bit of light fade away as the stars began to twinkle. "That was the best summer day ever," Kylo said. Roxy smiled and leaned against him. "It really was, Kylo. It really was."